Hey guys, so welcome back to 100 Line Last Bits Academy 2. Let's carry on where we left off. I think I have an idea of what's gone on after thinking about it all day, right? But it's all gonna be for naught if I don't get this right, so I'm gonna go with my answer for now and see if I'm actually on the right track for starters. And if I'm not, I'm just gonna edit this part out. Is Ava the one behind this? I'm thinking it is, but well, we'll see. I'm semi-confident in my answer, and I'll explain it if I'm right. Or if I'm wrong, I suppose I should explain it then as well.
The real killer. You! Ava!
Yeah, Ava!
What are you saying, Takumi? I came to the school on day 21.
So?
I couldn't have written the first threatening note or killed Gaku.
Yeah, but you could have been, hired, so to speak, by X.
That means I couldn't have been X.
Indeed.
What?
I didn't say you were X. What I said was you're the person who killed Shouma.
I gotta say, I really find Takumi's tone when he's accusing people of murder really cool.
I did not. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
Shut your mouth and just watch. I'll be exposing every last detail of your criminal wrongdoings from start to finish.
We are, right? Oh my god. Okay, we are. Okay. Hang on. Can I pause? Pause. Okay. So, alright. Alright, so, all day today, I was going out shopping with my wife, and I was just thinking about this case the whole time while I was, like, sitting in the car. And I realized, of course, I did need to focus on the how of it, right? That's what Takumi was talking about. Like, only one person could have done this, practically. And so I had to disregard all the other root shenanigans, and I realized as well that, during that investigation, we were talking about the water level rising. We talked about how the doors could be shut, like basically airtight, right? Shouma's body was wet, so it had to have been submerged in water. Basically, there was a degree of swimming involved, right? And once that popped into my head, like something, I don't know what it was, I just remembered something about holding your breath for an extended period of time for whatever reason. I couldn't even remember, like, why that was even a thing until, like, eventually, finally, it clicked. I was like, oh, wait, no, someone can't just hold their breath. It was something to do with, like, a mask, right? And who wears a mask? It was Ava's mask. And so that's when I was like, okay, shit, this has got to be it, right? And if it's not, then I'm going to look so stupid. And I'm going to need to start, like, firing off random accusations. But I'm so glad I didn't have to do that in the end. So here we are. Okay. Alright, I promise you, I'm not pretending to be dumb. I am dumb. Okay? So please, if you haven't realized that by now, I hope you do now understand that I am stupid as shit. If you haven't seen any of my, like, Zero Escape playthroughs, you would know, but yes, I am not the smartest, I'm not the brightest, but we get there in the end. Well, what makes you think I'm the killer? Before getting to that part, we'll have to explain how the murder even took place to begin with. Like, I don't even have all the answers, I just thought about the holding the breath thing. Shouma's dead body was found in that cage. He'd been stabbed multiple times.
Huh?
That means you had to have figured out a way to get inside the cage. But the door was locked, and you were the only one with the key, Takumi. Yes, I did have the key. So you couldn't have used it. You used another way to get inside. Another way?
Huh?
The key lies in the design of that cage.
The design? What are you talking about?
Okay, the cage is alive! Sorry, I gotta start things
That
off.
cage is actually alive.
Yes! What? It has hemoadamant everything! And if you tickle it under its armpits, it'll seize up and become soft and mushy. I had no idea. How in the world does a cage have armpits? Yeah, you know how it is. Wait, what did I get wrong? I like how he has to ask, like, wait, what was wrong with that? Like, surely I was on the right track.
What are you talking about?
I'm pretty sure the bottom is not secured, is the right answer. It had to
The
float.
bars of the cage are actually made of very soft material.
Very rubbery. You could totally bend and pull them apart by applying some force. Excuse me. That's a blatant lie. Yeah, those things are made up of the hardest shit I've ever seen, and my abs are rock hard. The bottom is not secure. That's why we needed the cage
The
to
bottom
float.
part of the cage isn't secured in place.
It's just a heavy iron cage mounted on a base.
I don't understand. That cage isn't secured in place. What of it?
You hired professionals. Tunnel in.
You called in some professionals.
I did what? The cage not being secured in place is proof of shoddy workmanship. Since it was violating all sorts of workplace regulations, you called in some professional engineers to get the cage bolted in place. I can't believe you used the fire extinguishers to open up the wall of flames and invite them in. Did you even get a quote? Professionals? Workplace regulations? Since when did Siri care about OSHA? Wouldn't that make it harder to get into the cage? You may be right. I guess you must have lifted up the cage like a normal person, without calling anyone for help. Then what the hell was all that nonsense about? I like how they really, even though the answers are obviously wrong, they just like still allow you to go for it for some comedic answers.
That cage isn't secured in place.
You went inside from the bottom!
You went inside from the bottom.
Because the cage could be lifted up. What nonsense is this, Takumi? How is it possible for anyone to lift up such a heavy metal structure? Very true. That cage weighs about a ton. It's not something anyone can move with their bare hands. Wait, aren't you contradicting yourself right now?
You claimed I lifted it up, but now you're saying it's too heavy to be lifted?
You used
Is there
buoyancy.
even any way to do that?
But I'm also aware you have telekinetic powers.
You used telekinesis.
I can't deal with his straight answer while he's posing in this sprite. Telekinesis? You are an invader after all, and a commander to boot. It goes without saying that you can use superhuman abilities. If she could do that, wouldn't it have been easier for her to simply wring Shouma's neck from outside the cage?
Oh!
Or just make the knife fly inside? Oh. Yeah, I suppose. That's a thing she could have done.
You claimed I lifted it up, but now you're saying it's too heavy
Alright,
to
let's
be
go for
lifted.
buoyancy.
You used buoyancy.
Buoyancy? That's right. You made the courtyard a watertight space by closing off the drains. And then you flooded the entire place. There's a fountain there, right? You opened its valve fully to release an enormous amount of water through the nozzles, turning it into something like an erupting geyser or open dam. Then that's where the balloons come into play. You left the fountain valve wide open for a while to fill the space with water. Alright, stage 2. Oh, I'm sorry. Your explanation was so outrageous I couldn't help but be amused. I suppose Ava had to be blackmailed next because X couldn't actually detonate us, but Ava had a detonator given to everyone. Well, sorry, Takumi had Ava's detonator handed out to everybody. Takumi, do you not know how powerful water pressure can be? Even if we assume water was released into the environment after covering up any openings, some would still leak out, because those walls would be under constant pressure from the force of the water. No, that wouldn't happen. That's how this place was designed. Because the courtyard was originally constructed for a certain special purpose.
Special purpose? What special purpose?
A race of gigantic humans! This was gonna be
This place was
biome.
a diaper
a what?
of sorts for a race of gigantic humans.
A diaper? Excuse you?
Ah!
It's capable of absorbing any sort of substance elimination without a single leak. Oh. That means water wouldn't accumulate either. Where are you getting this race of gigantic humans crap? Wait, what? I thought that's what we were doing here.
Fucking nonsense.
Deep sea research. Yes.
This place was a gigantic pool to be used for deep sea research.
It was designed to be able to withstand atmospheric pressures many times Earth's range. That's what Tsubasa said. Oh wow, got me blaming this on Tsubasa. Huh? I never said anything like that. Wow, just laughs at me.
Special.
Alright, space development research.
This place was a biotope to be used for space development research.
It was designed to be able to withstand atmospheric pressures many times Earth's range. That's what Tsubasa said. For real this time. Yeah, that's right. And that's why it's impossible for water pressure to cause any leaks. After a while, the place became filled with water. Considering the water flow of that fountain, it probably took about 3 hours for water to rise to the top of the cage. Shouma was killed at 4 a.m. Counting back from that time brings us to 1 a.m. for the approximate time the water started accumulating. Even if you were right, that entire cage is made of iron. It literally weighs a ton. You said so yourself.
It wouldn't shift around simply from being submerged in water. Buoyancy doesn't work that way.
Oh, but what if they were oily? Yeah, baby oil all over these.
Using 100 oily rubber balloons.
Yeah. Oily rubber balloons? Why do they have to be oily? Because oil is less dense than water and floats on top of it. Jeez, haven't you ever taken a science class? Still, they would have to be inflated beforehand for that maneuver to work. Wait, what?
Merged in
What,
water.
tardy rubber
Boy-
balloons? Are they late to the party? I gotta see
By
this.
using a tardy rubber balloon of enormous size.
Just one. Just one balloon. Tardy rubber balloon? I think I get it. A balloon with a delayed reaction. It inflates itself after a certain amount of time has passed. Yes. Ava put it inside beforehand, and then when it blew up, it blasted the cage high into the sky, and she used that time to slip in. Like, no one even refuted my answer, and it's immediately, wait, what did I get wrong? Alright, sturdy rubber balloons. We remember this
By
much.
using sturdy rubber balloons.
Rubber balloons? Ones that can be filled with air up to a capacity of about 10 liters. You inflated 100 of these balloons and put them into the cage. To be more precise, you put the deflated balloons into the cage first before inflating them. Archimedes' principle states that upward buoyant force is equal to the weight of displaced water. Takumi, where the fuck are you pulling this from? You've never been this smart ever. Or have you been body snatched? Has our soul been switched every time we faint or something? Are we possessed? 100 balloons that hold 10 liters each equals 1,000 kilograms. In other words, the effect is 1 ton of upward force. That cancels out the weight of the cage and reduces it to near zero. You'd barely need to use a single finger to lift it then. You were easily able to lift the cage with just the slightest effort. 110-liter rubber balloons? That's just not... It would be impossible for me to inflate so many balloons in such a short time. How could anyone have done that? Using the tire pump from the parking garage. More than likely, you used a certain tool.
A certain tool. Well,
Yeast! It rises.
You used yeast.
Yeast? I'm sorry, what has yeast got to do with anything? I didn't even get a chance to explain it wrongly.
well,
Alright, let's just go for tire pump. I am curious about gamma rays, but I do want to get to the bottom of this
bicycle
too
tire
at the same
pump in
time.
Parking lot. It's an electric air compressor.
It's mounted on wheels and can easily be moved here. Using that would make it a literal breeze to fill up all those balloons. God, I'm good. Pun very much intended. I see. That method does make it possible for the cage to be lifted up while it was submerged in water. But don't you find it strange? If the cage had been underwater for that long, Shouma would have drowned inside. Yet the Revivomatic stated his cause of death as hemorrhagic shock.
doesn't that conflict with the sequence of events you've laid out? If
The
your
cage
deduction
wasn't
holds
completely
true,
submerged.
Shouma would have drowned to death before he was stabbed.
Alright, we're in the end game now. Let's do this.
The cage wasn't completely submerged.
The water only had to stop just below the topmost part of the cage for it to work. Discharging water equal to the volume of the cage itself created the buoyant force needed. Shouma kept his head above the water's surface and breathed through his mouth, gaping and gasping for air the whole time. You took this opportunity to lift up the cage while underwater, slip inside, and stab him multiple times. What happened to the water in the courtyard after that? You opened the drainage walls to drain it away. Duh.
Then the courtyard should have still been wet when we discovered Shouma's body. But was it wet? No, not at all.
Hot air blasts. It's capable of changing
You used blasts of hot air to dry the place up.
its environment. What? I mentioned just now that this courtyard was originally created as a biotope for space development and research. Because of that, it's perfectly capable of reproducing a desert environment, which means it has the ability to blast hot wind around the area. After draining the water away, you activated that setting to dry the courtyard. I suppose X probably gave her the script. Due to the lack of time, however, the water didn't dry up completely. I mean, Shouma's body was still wet as well. When we first discovered Shouma's body, it was actually still somewhat damp. It was dry enough, though. Plus, we were all distracted by Shouma's dead body. That's why we failed to notice the remaining wetness in the area. The only thing we did notice was that Shouma's body was damp. Fine. I understand. This is utter foolishness. Let me summarize what you were trying to say. I went underwater, lifted up the cage, and stabbed Shouma multiple times while he was gasping for air at the surface. Then I dove underwater again and turned the valve to handle the drainage. Turned the valve handle to open the drainage walls. Look, Takumi, I am neither a diver nor a mermaid. Even if I was an expert at holding my breath.
A regular person would struggle to do even one of the things you're accusing me of. And underwater at that.
Sheer willpower. Oh my god. We've come too far now.
It's absolutely possible.
You used your mask, Ava. I can't believe it. Like, the thing that got me to look at her closer in the first place was the last piece of evidence I hurl her away. Tsubasa told me about it. There's a miniature air tank in your mask. It allows you to use it as a sealed gas mask. You can breathe for up to 30 minutes using it like that. Yeah, I did say that. I never thought it would work underwater, though. So, you've betrayed the SDU.
Yes, I remember now. My mask did have a function like that.
Oh, you forgot about that?
But someone stole it from me.
Really? I'm pretty sure it's custom made to only fit your head in it.
That person must be the real killer. Yes, that has to be it. I know I am right.
You've been cornered and you know it, Ava. Just admit that you're the one behind this. Your mask was unique. It's custom made to fit a specific shape.
Exactly.
According to Tsubasa, you're the only one who can wear it. You were right, Ava. This isn't a crime that a regular person could have committed. Only a diver, mermaid, or someone with that particular mask could have done it. Ergo, the person who could wear that particular mask is the culprit. And only one person in this world can put on that mask.
Exactly. Only one person in this entire planet.
That person is standing right in front of me.
I'm gonna save all my friends, and myself while I'm at it.
It's none other than you, Ava!
You're the only one who could have killed Shouma.
You're the only one who could have killed Shouma!
No! 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 No!
Traitor! Can't believe you did this. Wait, there we go. I was like, why isn't this progressing? Gotcha. Oh, that felt good. I hope I don't get stuck like this again. I need to really lock in. Takumi, you're right. I killed Shouma. The method and flow of events were as you have deduced. I have nothing to add. But have I really done something wrong? I, too, had been threatened by X. I had no choice. When did you meet X? A short while before 1 a.m. on day 51, just before the murder. I heard a knock on my door, and you got away with this for 3 weeks. And you opened it? Yes. Why? The thought that it might be X outside that door did flash through my mind briefly. But I am not a part of the SDU, and I wasn't even here when you saw the threatening note. I just assumed I could not have been on X's radar. Well, what did X say?
I have the remote detonator that will trigger the bomb inside your body. Here it is, in case you think I'm lying.
Proof that I'm not bluffing this time.
I'm going to give you some instructions now, but you don't have much time. Follow my orders quickly, or else. Should you go against me, or tell the others about my existence, I will detonate the bomb in your body immediately.
Interesting that you brought up the condition of tell the others about your existence again, considering we know of your existence. Wait, what's going on? How did X get their hands on the detonator? Huh? Maybe they stole it from one of us. No. X said they obtained it through the proper channels. From Tsubasa herself. No. I duplicated the device and gave a copy to everyone. I'll pass you yours later, Takumi. Now we are 100% sure that X is one of us. No. I think you can remove me from that list. I didn't have the detonator. I passed the first detonator to Hirako and never got it back. And I haven't received the duplicate from Tsubasa yet. So I am clear, guys, okay? I'm not going to vaporize myself in the wall of flames anytime soon. That is fair. Sir Takumi shall be taken off the list of suspects. Everyone else started scrutinizing each other with great suspicion, not daring to even move their bodies, only their eyes. Hey Ava, just one thing. Yes? X said they'd blow you up if you told the others about him, right? Yes? And that's what you're doing now. You feeling okay? Why hasn't X blown you up yet, indeed? Maybe because X is standing right here and it'll be too obvious to press the button. I believe they could, if they wanted to. The device is small enough to fit in the palm of someone's hand. It could be hidden in a sleeve, on their chest, or around the waist and no one would notice. It would be easy to simply press the button at the opportune moment. But X cannot do that for one particular reason. And what's that? Takumi, do you remember what I told you about the bomb mechanism before? Yes, I remember. Remind me, though. Anyone standing within a 25-yard radius at that time will be blown to smithereens. Right. X is in the blast radius. 25? That makes the blast diameter the length of an Olympic-sized swimming pool. Basically the length of this entire courtyard. I didn't realize the Olympics were still going on over at the artificial satellite. Aha. That's why X isn't pressing the button. Because they'll be caught in the blast as well. And it's not like they can simply run away. Taking such action is as good as admitting you are X. That's why X has got their hands tied, huh? This is the perfect opportunity. For what? For us to get more information about X from Ava. Since they can't blow her up, we can ask her anything we want. Great idea. Ava, do you know anything else about X? Their height, body shape? They were dressed in the same outfit Shouma previously described and used a voice changer as well. So it was not possible to discern who they were by their looks and voice, but... But? Ava looked down. A short, hesitant silence later, she spoke up again.
Actually, I figured out who X is.
Oh, really? Is it your turn to do a grand speech now? Everyone's gonna do their reactions. How'd you figure that out? By their mannerisms. Their mannerisms? You know how some people will subconsciously touch their chin or play with their hair when thinking about something? Those sorts of mannerisms. They tried really hard to hide it, of course, but I still managed to pick up on them. So, who's X?
All right.
I mean, couldn't X just detonate the bomb, we all die, we all get revived through the revive-o-matic? Isn't that a thing? Right? Unless X is tampered with that?
I will tell you. X is. The real identity of X is.
Suddenly, a sense of dread washed over me. She's copying my lines, and the exact mannerisms in which I accuse someone. My mind started working overtime as I went through all the possibilities. Maybe X would really press the button now. Everyone thinks X won't do it because that would mean blowing themselves up as well. But if their identity was revealed, it would be the end for them anyway. They might even prefer to die with everyone in the blast over being caught and imprisoned. But in that case, why weren't they pressing the button now, before Ava could reveal their identity? Were they banking on the possibility that Ava might say the wrong name? I think so. If she did, X could just sit back and watch the show without doing anything. And if she really said X's real name, they could always press the button at that time. Surely that was why X was adopting a wait-and-see attitude right now. Or maybe X has a way of defending themselves, right? Maybe they have an alibi of something. It might be dangerous for Ava to say that name out loud. Even if she got it right, everyone would die anyway. Still, I might just be overthinking things. X could be hesitating simply because they were afraid to die. What do I do? What should I do? There was literally no time to hesitate any longer. My final decision was... I mean, we let her say the name, right? Right? If we shut Ava up, don't we look suspicious? I mean, I know we've got ourselves cleared because we didn't have the detonator, but still. What happens if we don't shut her up? I suppose if she says the wrong name, we're misdirected. Let's let her cook. Let's let her cook. I'm curious as to what she thinks. And as a result, subsequently, what X will do. I decided to let Ava finish her sentence without interruption. However, she stayed silent after that and refused to say another word. Was this like a bluff? Was she waiting to see if anyone would, interject? And then she'd be like, aha! That was you all along, X. What is the matter, Lady Ava? X got your tongue? Or, do you actually not know who X is? What? Then why did you pretend like you knew? At Emma's question, Ava suddenly... She smirked and let out a chuckle, looking as if she was mocking us. When I saw her expression, the truth dawned on me. Of course. You're afraid, right? You're afraid to die. I take that as a yes. Even if you were forced to do so by X, you were still the one to kill Shouma. That is an unforgivable act. Then you thought to yourself, I'm going to be thrown into the cage again. This time they're never going to let me out. Why should I stay then? I'll blow myself up and take everyone in the SDU with me. But you were afraid to face death. You never had that courage to begin with. So you decided to leave it in the hands of X, right? The act of pressing the button to activate the bomb. Right, so this was your plan to just die. Oh, that's why you lied about knowing X's identity. Wait, that means you going along with us all this time was just an act? When you said you hated Veshnes, was that a lie too? Also, you could gain our trust and gather intel while hiding in plain sight? Ava said nothing in response. Her lips didn't move for a second. But something else did. Her hands. The detonator is on a joint in my left hand pinky finger. Moving it in a particular motion triggers an explosion. Ugh! My body moved before my mind did. I exploded into action and dashed over to Ava at breakneck speed. I grabbed her left wrist and shouted loudly.
Get away, everyone!
At that, everybody made a mad scramble for the exit. Right after that, Ava grabbed my shoulder and forced me to face her. As I did, I saw a raised foot, and I found myself being kicked away. I landed near the exit, where there were 5 other people. They had just reached the gate and were not yet outside. The other 5 had rushed to the exit on the other side and were about the same distance away as well. I quickly stood up and looked in Ava's direction. She pinched her little finger and said, "Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker."
Is this the courage you said I didn't have?
Oops, I shouldn't have coaxed her. She pulled on her little finger without a trace of hesitation. Oh! Well, she went ahead and did it. How we look at day 80. Okay. We live to fight another day. It's day 80. I was already so used to waking up and finding out that I had missed a bunch of days that I was more surprised by the fact I was somehow still alive. Come to think about it, I seem to recall someone pulling me back with great force just before the explosion. That could be why I survived. I wonder who saved me. I didn't see who it was, but I remembered a lavender fragrance. I can think about that later. Is everyone okay? Lavender, okay. We'll commit that to memory, just in case it comes up later on. I stood up from the makeshift bed, pulled open the curtain divider, and stepped outside. And then... What do you mean Tsubasa and Moko are gone?
Exactly what I meant. They were both missing when I woke up.
You were the last 3 on watch last night, right?
Yes, but halfway through my shift I felt a pain on my neck, like something had pricked me.
Uh-oh. Someone fired something into your neck?
Somebody must have jabbed me with that stolen anesthetic because I blacked out immediately. And when you woke up, they were both gone. That's what I've been trying to say.
It was at this point that everybody finally noticed I was awake. Sir Takumi, I see you have decided to rejoin us in the land of the living. 5 days no see.
Oh!
Pretty fast, all things considered.
Ah!
Yeah. Hey, shouldn't we be looking for Tsubasa and Moko? Yes. The 9 of us here will split into groups of 3. After some discussion, we decided on the following groups. Group 1, me, Nozomi, Darumi. Group 2, Takemaru, Kurata, Kyoshika. Group 3, Hideko, Yugamu, Ima. Let's go find them! Alright. What's going on now? And thus, we embarked on the search for Tsubasa and Moko. We visited every place in the school to see if we could find any traces of them. However, they're nowhere to be found.
It's already been an hour since we started looking.
Suddenly, we heard a strained voice coming from the schoolyard. Bad news! Teams Takumi and Takemaru, can you hear me? If so, come to the parking lot right now. We gave each other knowing glances before rushing toward the stairwell together. Takemaru's team was already at the parking lot by the time we arrived. There were a few trees near the parking lot. Hideko and Takemaru's teams were staring agape at something near the top of them. Dread started to pull in the pit of my stomach. I turned slowly and cautiously to look in the direction of their stares. What I saw was... Oh god, oh no.
No. No!
Moko's dead now too? Tsubasa?
How?
So much blood in her chest. Moko towards her neck. It was clear they were both dead. Blood drained from my face and I felt sick to the bone. Now 5 of my friends are dead. I didn't know how my heart wasn't breaking apart. Somehow, I held myself together and said,
Help me lower them to the ground and move them to the infirmary.
Okay. What in the heck? Why are they strung up on a tree like that? Are they trying to reenact Newton discovering his theory of gravity? First it was the Archimedes principle. Subject, Tsubasa Kawana. Cause of death, hemorrhagic shock. Estimated time of death, day 80. Between 5 and 8 a.m. Multiple stab wounds on the chest and abdomen. The murder weapon is likely a sharp blade about 8 inches long. Too much time has passed since death. Insufficient cryptoglobin present in body. Impossible to revive. Subject, Moko Mojiro. Cause of death, hemorrhagic shock. Estimated time of death, day 80, between 5 and 8 a.m. Lacerated carotid artery. Murder weapon is likely a sharp blade of unknown length. Too much time has passed since death. Insufficient cryptoglobin present in body. Impossible to revive. After everyone had a chance to view the monitor, the mood in the room turned utterly gloomy. We silently moved their bodies to the morgue. Okay, well, now we've got 6 bodies in here.
Hey, do you mind if I mention something?
Huh?
Go on.
Something I noticed about Tsubasa's back.
She got her heart stolen like the others? Oh, now everyone's aware about this? Wait, how did you know about the hearts being stolen?
Oh.
I decided it was not something worth hiding and told them about it. Oh, right.
But I don't think the cases are related. Neither of them had their backs cut open. Then what is it you wanted to tell us about Tsubasa's back? I noticed it when the hem of her blouse hitched up while we were moving her body just now.
Hirumi walked over to Tsubasa's body and removed the sheet that was covering it. She turned over the body and pulled the blouse up so that we could all see the strange thing on her back.
Huh.
2?
Think so. Could be a Z or an N as well. I don't know.
I don't think it's a Z, and I don't think it's an N.
Huh?
The mark is small enough to be completely covered by a hand.
Huh.
Not located in the center, but more toward the left side of a spine.
Huh?
This is indeed curious. The purplish color even makes it look like a bruise.
Oh!
What could this number mean? Nobody had an answer to that. 2. Okay. We checked Moko's back as well, but there were no markings at all, let alone one that looked like a number. After that, we turned them both back around, closed our eyes, and put our hands together to pay our respects. Moko! 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 Nozomi clung on to Moko's body and wept bitterly. Her anguished chokes and sobs reverberated throughout the hushed morgue. What is X up to? What's with the drugging of Kurara? God damn it. So many murders we need to solve. Night soon fell, and when bedtime approached, Kurara suddenly brought something up.
I found this in Tsubasa's space. Can you guys take a look at it?
I guess this whole arrangement with having 3 people on watch was all for nothing. The organic life detection device? 9. Same as the number of people here. Ain't it about time you just showed your hand, X? You're one of us here, ain't you? No criminal in their wrong mind would happily come forward to identify themselves when asked. How about this, X? Fess up, and we promise not to throw your sick little ass into jail. We'll just kill you instead. So come on, help us out here.
Are we only talking to X right now?
Say what?
X instructed someone to kill Kako and Shouma. What if it was the same this time?
Hey, don't you go putting weird ideas in my head. You're basically saying there are 2 killers among us. Whatever the case, we should probably be sleeping together. I agree. X should still have some of that anesthesia left. Another option is to increase the number of people on watch, but it's probably safer for everyone to just sleep in their own rooms.
What do you think, Takumi?
I folded my arms across my chest and thought long and hard about it before saying, Yes, going back to sleeping in our own rooms may be the better option at this point. On the condition that nobody opens their door until the morning announcement. Are we clear on that? I need some time to gather my thoughts and the clues, truth bullets, update the court record, the autopsy report, all that jazz. Okay, tell me we're all still alive. I didn't black out, despite having gone through so many stressful events yesterday. Yeah, what is up with that? I didn't know why. It wasn't like I'd been cured of the fainting disease. During the day, we split up into groups to investigate the deaths of Tsubasa and Moko, but we didn't find a single clue. Soon the sun started setting. Darkness took over. Time to hit the hay.
Howdy, soldiers. It's time to hit the hay.
All right. It happened right after the bedtime announcement had played. The sound of the doorbell sent a chill up my spine. Was it X? Were they here to get me? Those thoughts raced through my mind as I gingerly made my way over to the door, where I was greeted by a familiar voice from the other side. I know what you're thinking, Takumi. Maybe Hideko is X, right? But you would be wrong. I am not X. Oh, okay, well, if you say so. Yeah, you say that, but just listen to me. I need to tell you something. You are likely innocent because you did not have the detonator for Ava's bomb. For that reason, I trust you, and want to tell you something I remembered. What is it? I'm going to the morgue now. If you trust me, meet me there. I'll be waiting for you. I heard the sound of her clacking heels getting softer and softer until it went completely silent. What should I do? I don't believe Hideko was X, but... damn it! I hid my infuser under my clothes as a precaution and ran directly to the morgue. Isn't Hideko the one that smells like lavender? There's so many like distorted thoughts and things that I recall, like the whole holding your breath thing. It's like it's there in my mind. I don't know if I can even trust my own memories. I've played so much of this game. Like it's hard to keep everything like coherent in my head. I have never met an idiot as stupendously naive as you. Did you even consider what would have happened to you had I really been X? Well, did you even consider that I wrote down, I'm going to see Hideko at her request. If I die, she's X in my, like, journal or something back in my room? But you said you weren't! Only a gullible idiot would believe a potential suspect is not a bloodthirsty serial killer simply because they said so. Oh, man! Ah! God. Well, I really hope you are an X now. I gritted my teeth in frustration, then said, anyway, what was this thing you remembered? Hideko walked over to Tsubasa's dead body without a word. She stopped in front of the body and removed the sheet. She turned the body over before lifting the blouse up. It's that strange number we saw yesterday. What about it? This is her liver mortis code. Her what now? Liver mortis code? Did Ichikoshi write this? I swear. This is just like very different compared to the other. Like, I'm not complaining or anything. I'm just saying, like, you know, it's funny how like each of the roots, like you can kind of tell, like it's got its unique spin. It's got its unique flavor to it. In this case, like a lot of scientific principles being popped in and whatnot. It's a unique number that appears on the back of all SDU members when they lose almost all of their cryptoglobin. Only those from Team 1 have this. Where did you hear about this? That is a 3-day-long story I can tell you another time. All I can tell you now is that this is a very reliable piece of information. She moved to Shouma's body next. Removing the sheet covering him, she flipped his body around so that his back was facing up. There's flipping bodies all over the place. There was a large gaping hole there. Right, the number is missing. Was removing the heart a byproduct of that? Was the original intent to remove the number? Shouma too? Yes, I believe X must have done this. But when? We've been moving in groups ever since he died. When do they have time to go to the morgue? Well, there was just one sliver of opportunity X could have taken advantage of. What's that? When Ava self-destructed. Everyone got caught in the blast and we were knocked out. It was the next morning by the time we regained consciousness. X must have woken up sooner than the rest of us, and... well, that's very handy that X was the first one to wake up. Hideko showed me Eito and Gaku's back cavities next. Finally, she turned Kako's body over. Now we have 4 cases on hand. Every wound is the same shape. X used the same method to remove their hearts from their bodies. Sure seems that way. What do you see when you look at this wound? A black hole? Well, the outline is rather clearly defined, like they were cut open with a scalpel or something. It seems more precise than a scalpel, right? Oh, I get it now. It's in the exact location. That has to be it. The part of their backs with the liver mortis code has been cut out. Well done. Is it the same for Moko? Haven't you been listening? The liver mortis code only shows up on those from Team 1. Moko is from Team 2. Naturally, her back is code-free. After saying that, Hideko returned the bodies to their original positions. But why would X do such a thing? I'm guessing it's because they do not want us to learn of their existence. If the bodies were left in their original state, somebody was bound to notice the code sooner or later.
Oh.
So they cut out the part with the code. out in order to keep them hidden from us. Why dig out the hearts too? Most likely a red herring. Think about it.
Oh.
What would be the first thing to come to your mind if you saw that multiple bodies had only a certain part of their backs cut away?
Huh?
I would think there had to be something on our bodies as well.
Ugh.
You see, now you're getting it. You would think X is targeting something invisible on that part of our bodies, right? And what would you do with that information? What am I supposed to do? For example, I would cut out that part of my body before X could get their hands on it. Or cover it with something. Like a tattoo of a soaring dragon.
Oh.
X would likely be highly inconvenienced if we did that. That is why they took out the heart as well, to misdirect us. They wanted us to believe their target was not that patch of skin on our backs, but the hearts in our bodies. That's why X did that. That's why X always accessed the heart from the back rather than the front, which seemed more practical. Though that still leaves us with one question.
Huh?
What's that?
Oh.
I'll explain later. You see, X's objective has to do with knowledge of the liver mortis codes.
Ugh.
Our current hypothesis is that X cut out that particular part of the skin.
Oh.
Not because they were avid skin collectors, but simply to stop us from knowing about the existence of the codes. But, if that is true,
Oh.
why set up the red herring? Because if X's objective was only to know what the codes were, they could have simply gotten rid of the bodies once they saw it. They could have tossed the bodies into the wall of fire, buried them in the forest. Yet X did none of these things. Why? I'm not sure, but maybe they needed the bodies to be left in the morgue for some reason. You think so too? Yes, X clearly wanted to leave the bodies in here.
Oh.
But by doing so, it would allow us to find out about the existence of the liver mortis codes. That is why they went through the trouble of setting up such a complicated red herring, removing the skin and hearts of those already dead. So the question is, why does X want the bodies preserved? That is what I'm trying to find out. It's a real mystery, this one. Let's put that aside for now and talk about something else. Why does X want to know what the liver mortis codes are? It has to do with the distress signal transmitter. The transmitter the boy with the undying flames told us about? I recently found out there's something called a distress signal transmitter somewhere in this school. It was put here in the event of all but one member of Team 1 dying. Once the correct series of codes had been entered into the transmitter, it would, well, transmit a distress signal. Oh, I know. The correct series of codes he mentioned. He must be referring to the liver mortis codes. Yes. There are 10 people on Team 1. Entering 9 of our codes will summon the rescue craft. Because knowing the liver mortis codes of 9 people indicates that 9 people have entered total death. Total death?
Oh.
It means the complete cessation of life. In this state, a person is impossible to revive. Okay, but how did you come across all this information? Can you tell me the 3-day story now in 3 hours? The same way I came across the previous information. By remembering them. Oh, the 3-day long story you were talking about. Yes. I will explain further when time is more on our side. For now, our priority is to identify X. Okay, well, we've got 19 days to do it. Do you understand now? Do you understand why I said X's objective is to find out the liver mortis codes? Does this mean X is trying to summon the rescue craft? It is very likely. So that they can leave the school. Quite so. What if Hideko is X? We've seen briefly in that one route that we were unable to proceed further because of the lock. That we transferred to the morgue. We saw Ato's body. Did we see a number then? Or am I just making shit up in my head? Because that was like literally 100 episodes ago. Very convenient, considering this is 100 line. And I can't remember if she said that she's like done this like over and over. This is like her way of like trying to escape. Which also means X already knows where the distress signal transmitter is located. Because the liver mortis codes would be useless otherwise. That is a logical line of reasoning.
Keep going.
If we find the distress signal transmitter ourselves, we may find a clue to X's identity. Hideko nodded deeply at my words.
Oh.
That is why I'm going to start looking for the distress signal transmitter now. Care to join me?
But it's almost midnight.
What are you, 5?
I am naive like a 5-year-old, apparently. Alright. Let's do it. Day 82. Hideko and I ran around the school all night in search of the distress signal transmitter. We found nothing in the end. Oh, right. We tried. It's almost 6. If we're not in our rooms for the morning announcement, the others may suspect us of being X. Yes, we should call it a day for now, and just as Hideko was about to finish her sentence... hi, Kurata. Shh, hide yourself. What in the... Yeah, great hiding place there, Hideko. What in the world? You made the rule that we should never go anywhere alone, remember? So why is Kurata wandering around by herself, then? Oh, now that you mention it. Is that even Kurata? Or is someone else wearing her mask? We peered out from around the corner of the hallway to see where Kurata was going. She quickly vanished in the direction of the staircase. The sound of footsteps on the floor above us slowly became softer and softer, until we heard the roof door closing. Then there was silence. Kurata went upstairs. I mean, we are on the ground floor. But she just came from that staircase. Why would she come down the stairs just to go up again? Maybe she didn't come down the stairs? Are you saying? We started investigating the area around the staircase, groping around wall surfaces to see if we could find anything. And then... oh my god, we found a hidden door.
What is this?
What is this?
A secret door.
That Kurata came out of?
Let's see what's inside.
Yes.
Okay. Behind the door was a staircase leading down into pitch darkness.
Kurata didn't come downstairs.
She came upstairs, technically.
She came up from here.
So, at the end of this staircase...
Yes. There's something to be discovered for sure. Let's go see.
Alright. What are we gonna find? It's so cool that we're still discovering new things about the school after so many routes. Whoa! Basement hidden room. This place. I cannot believe we are still discovering new places in the school on day 82. It's freezing in here. Your unfunny jokes made the heat in the room shrivel up and die. I wasn't joking, it's fucking cold. I don't recall making any jokes. There is a device of some sort in the middle of the room. We should check it out. Hideko and I approached the device and stared at the display monitor. Is this what I think it is? So we punch in the codes, the liver mortis codes of the people here. It was a user manual of sorts in the bottom left part of the screen, which read, Distress Signal Transmitter. Enter the liver mortis code of each SDU member in the blank spaces on the screen. A distress signal is transmitted when 9 correct codes are entered. However, should a single incorrect code be entered, poison gas will be released from the tank behind the device. Wow. Okay, what's with the soul-like contraption? This is a special gas designed to instantly dissolve all types of physical objects. Neither a gas mask nor a biohazard suit will offer any sort of protection against it. You have been warned.
Oh.
This is it. This is the distress signal transmitter we were looking for. To think it's been here this whole time. This is a major discovery. In my excitement, I started looking around the other areas of the room. The next moment, I felt my blood going cold. I saw something I hadn't noticed initially because all my attention had been on the device. Was everyone's, like, skin just, like, plastered on the wall or something, like a bulletin board? An object. In a corner of the room. No, that wasn't an object. It wasn't. That was... Oh, shit! Oh my god! What the hell? Dude! I knew it! That wasn't Kurata! Kurata Osazuki's dead body.
Wait. What? We have to take her to the infirmary.
No
Don't
point.
bother. A dead body doesn't freeze up that badly within an hour or so.
So, she's been dead for a long time?
How long?
You have eyes? Can you not see?
Since the beginning?
This is definitely Kurara Osuzuki. I know because I've seen her real face before. The one beneath her usual tomato head mask.
She was on duty, guard duty that time. Was she already body snatched then?
I've seen her face before too.
On that note, do you remember who we just crossed paths with?
Yes. Someone dressed like Kurara.
But the real Kurara is here, which means...
Which means we're dealing with a shapeshifter? No, wait.
Who the heck was that?
One thing is for sure. That person is none other than X themselves.
Got him! I knew it, they'd taken our place! The living detector thing. What? What the hell is this? I haven't seen this screen in 10 million years! You have arrived at Story Lock 3. You will not be able to progress without meeting certain conditions. Try exploring other branches for now. Unlock conditions. Reach Story Lock 2. Wait! No, what is this shit? Damn it, where's Story Lock 2? What's the other one over here? Wait, oh god. Back. Is it here? How do I know which is Story Lock 2? This is... Reach Story Lock 3. Damn it! Damn it!